So we'll call the Planning Commission meeting to order at 7:30. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Chairperson Zedek.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Cummins.
Present.
Secretary Laurent.
Here.
Commissioner Dunn.
Here.
Commissioner Lamb.
Here.
Commissioner Sable. Commissioner Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Marsh.
Here.
Chairperson Zedek, we have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Need a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
So moved. Second.
Move supported. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
So moved. We need to, a motion on the approval of the minutes from the November 7th Planning Commission meeting.
I move to approve.
Second.
Move supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Do we have any public comments on non-agenda items?
Happy New Year, gentlemen. Dominic Mosheri. Good to see everybody. I have to say, this is quite different than what I'm used to in the Village Hall. Just a little 2023 update with what we have going on in the village. Firstly, as regards to Starboard, which has not been brought to you officially yet, we've decided internally that we are going to rescind the PUD application, and we're going to be coming in with a little bit different of a plan. We listened to the village, everybody's thoughts and concerns, really decreasing our density, putting a mix of multifamily as well as single family for sale. And a lot of people were talking about for sale and for rent. And I think that when it comes to you, we're still working out some issues with the planning department and everything else in between, but I think it's going to be quite pleasantly produced to you guys. So give you a little update. Dominic has something else to share with you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to everyone. So I want to give a little update on Constellation and kind of what we were doing, just because there's still misinformation on social media and everything else. So, you know, our intent was to try to save that Queen Anne house, and I've been working with a group of people for about 9 months now. We were talking about moving it, different locations. You know, since last month came about, it looks like getting the location in enough time for us and our timeline may not work. So once again, we're talking to Laura, and administratively what we're thinking about doing, and we think we can make this all work, is basically we're going to take one of our units off on our 8-plex that was on M24. We're actually going to move that, restore it, and put it to the north of our property with the separation between we have a 5-plex, then we have that sign that represents the amusement park in between the two. Then we had an 8-plex. We're going to cut that down to basically a 7-plex, put some space about 10 feet in between, and we're going to move that Victorian ourselves and keep it and turn it into our residential units there. So just to let you know kind of what we're doing, be ahead of the game on all that with everybody. So
I just want to clarify that, gentlemen. We're working with Laura to make sure that we can do this administratively. You know, coming back here, no offense to anybody, but it's just going to be a whole process all over again. So I think if it's possible, we got to look through the ordinance and see if it is. We'd be happy to do it, and that's where we're at. So thank you again.
yeah, so we just want to give you an update. So
Great.
we'll see you in the next month or so.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you.
All right, move on to agenda item 7, old business. I don't believe we have any. So we'll move on to 8, new business. A, our land reconfiguration and combination request for 486 South Broadway. Michael.
Okay, good evening. I'm Michael Betcher with McKenna Associates. Your project lead, Laura Hall, couldn't make it this evening, so I'm stepping in on her behalf. In your packet, you have a letter of recommendation from Laura and a report about summarizing the configuration and standards for granting approval, all recommending that the Planning Commission recommend approval to the Village Council for the proposed land reconfiguration of the 10 parcels generally located at 486 South Broadway. Would you like me to go through the report, or?
Anybody want to go line item by line item?
I just have a question of,
Please.
just show up to that, okay. Sure. I noticed on the survey, I'm used to a little more detailed survey. I noticed, these are just questions, they are answered
that the parcel split is shares a property line with an existing sanitary sewer that services a bunch of the cabins, I think. And it says in the documentation that it says, so just on the north side of the parcel B, there's a sanitary sewer that services a bunch of buildings that are remaining on parcel B. The cabins, they're called. And then it says there's a easement. Then in this certificate of survey, property survey notes, it says something about sanitary easement, et cetera, et cetera. And I didn't really see the easement on the survey, and I just wondered if, you know, if this was going to interfere with anything with the new project, correct, with the sanitary sewer on the property line or underlying. I didn't know, it's not addressed, so, or
Okay.
shown.
I'll have to go back to the office and ask that specifically.
I'm sure they have, but I didn't see it on the survey,
Okay.
and, you know,
Yeah, I can get an answer for you.
okay, or if it's addressed in the PUD plan. I have no objection to this split, but I have that reservation to make sure that you address the servicing of the public utilities on the second parcel A for
Okay.
the cabins, to make sure that wasn't overlooked by someone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any other comments, deliberation? This would be making two conforming lots, two conforming parcels from all non-conforming. Any motion?
I move that we approve that we recommend approval. This one is a recommendation to the council.
Yeah.
Correct.
Lot scale in accordance with McKenna's recommendation and for the reasons outlined within their report, including eliminating 5 existing non-conforming lots.
Second.
Moved and supported. Any other further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to line item 8B, McKenna's planning and monthly, or zoning monthly report. I'm sorry. Please.
Sorry to interrupt, sorry. My name is John Vitale, I'm Stuckey and Vitale Architects, and representing the owner of the parcel that we just did the proposed split on. I was going to ask, would it be...
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask if it's possible to certify the minutes so that it could move to the council sooner. Is that possible?
Susan, is that?
Sorry, what did you?
I was asking if it was possible to certify the minutes of the meeting so that city council could approve this sooner.
Well, the minutes will not be approved until the planning commission approves them at their next meeting, but I can certify a copy of the draft minutes for you in the next day or two.
Would that allow
And then
going to
when I
council?
get a final copy, I can do that for you.
Okay, we were just wondering if there's a way of expediting getting to
We'd have to
council
have a
sooner.
special meeting to do that.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thanks.
Can I, did he, so, I'm sorry, I just want to know, make sure I understand the procedure. So the split recommendation won't go to council until our next meeting where we approve the meeting minutes of this meeting? Is that what was
Yes,
said?
that's correct, if we get it done, yeah.
Is there any way to, this is a simple parcel split, is there any way to take this to council to the next meeting or
I'm
whatever?
gonna make every effort to do that. We try to do that. What has to be registered at the county is the resolution of council, because the planning commission is only a recommending body,
Yeah.
but the actual final resolution will be the one of council, so that, and that is the one that gets recorded with the other paperwork at the county. And I can get those done next week, but they will be draft minutes when we send them up to the county, so.
Would this be able to be done by the second meeting in January? Council?
Yeah, we could
Okay.
definitely do it by the second meeting, because we'd approve the minutes by
February.
the, well, if we do the,
January.
I say.
I'm trying to
Council, he's
usurp
talking council.
Oh, council.
the council meeting. Yeah. And does that meet your timeline, sir?
That's very helpful. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I just want him to understand that those minutes are if you want approved minutes, then we'd have to do it at the Monday night meeting, of which the minutes would be approved at the second meeting in January. If we do it at the second meeting in January, those minutes would not be approved to the first meeting in February. So that's why I was trying to put them on Monday night's meeting, so that we would have the approved minutes by the second meeting in January. That is the goal,
Thank you.
unless something like lightning hits me. Then Darwin will do it.
Okay. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so back to 8B, which is McKenna's Planning Zoning Monthly Report. I believe that's receive and file motion?
I do have a question for McKenna. I'll be quick.
Sure, please.
I just drove by, I live down the street from 373 North Shore, and they delivered an excavator today, so I just note here that the house was approved. That would mean that the setbacks, all the new stuff was in conformance to the setbacks, the garage setback and the side setbacks. They had asked for ZBA variances before and were disappointed that the neighbors didn't want them to have variances, so I assume that that's fully conforming now, the house?
Again, I'd have to ask Laura for the details on that one.
Could you
My
email me,
apologies.
please?
Certainly, if that's.
Mike, I don't remember that the ZBA saw this yet.
I think they dropped it. So it's
Did they?
approved, yeah, it's approved to be built now, and so we don't have any involvement with it, but since I've got him here, I just wanted to ask if he could let me know what the approval was, so I
Okay.
could tell the disgruntled neighbors that everything is hunky-dory. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to ZBA.
I will look into that.
Thank you very much.
So we're back to, we need a motion to receive and file their monthly report.
Move to receive and file McKenna's monthly report.
Second.
Moved and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 8C is adopt the 2023 Planning Commission meeting schedule. There is one in the back of the packet, on the very last page. I do have a question regarding the July 3rd. That is the Monday preceding July 4th. I know that's always been an issue, being on the lake.
Yes, is that a holiday for some people? The first,
It may be for some, but I think the legal holiday is Tuesday, the 4th. So,
That's correct.
yeah, so Monday would be, everybody would be working. Well, not everyone, some people.
Nobody would be working.
I know I'm not gonna be working. So I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents in. We either move it to the following week, the 10th, or we skip July.
Or else you could reschedule that to a different Monday, but
That's what I'm saying, July 10th. But that might
that is a
interfere with
meeting,
council,
so the
right?
next, you could schedule it for Wednesday after the 4th of July, or, we've done that in the past too. Or we can leave it on the 3rd, and then if we find we don't have a quorum, then we can try for another day that week and reschedule it.
Sure.
Whatever way you would like to do it.
I'm okay with any changes you guys want to make. Wednesday's good. If you want to do it now, I support whatever.
I can only speak for myself, and that whole week's bad for me, so
I agree. It's
I
bad for me
can't do
also.
anything that week.
I agree.
Oh, then let's find a date that's agreeable. If you guys are in agreement to finding a date.
You guys said the
that's
whole week is bad?
For me, it is.
Is it? Okay, and you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
agreeable. Okay, so,
So yeah, I threw out the 10th, which won't work because that's a council meeting. So somebody else can throw out other dates.
How about the 11th?
what day of the week is that, Jerry?
Wednesday.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me, sorry.
June 5th. What about before, the week before, in the end of June or something? I think there may be, some stuff coming up, right? That's the beginning of construction, and
I'm sorry, 11 July was Tuesday.
what's it, Tuesday?
Yeah, Wednesday's the 12th.
June 26th, is that a council meeting?
26 is a council meeting.
It's a Monday.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I could pull my
It would be the
calendar up.
last.
Would the 17th of July be too late?
We're going way ahead. Okay. 17th would be available, if you would want to do it on the 17th.
Okay.
Council is on the 10th and the 24th.
17th works for me.
Done?
I can do the 17th.
Yeah, I'm okay, or we can, hold it open, we can always, cancel it.
Right, we can look at it in June.
Yeah.
We have a motion to state that along with changing that date, or
Yeah, when we
when we do the motion? Yeah.
kind of put it all together. Any other comments? Anybody want to make a motion then?
I'll make a motion to move the Monday, July 3rd, 2023 meeting to Monday, July 17th, 2023.
And approve the rest of the dates, correct?
Any others? And actually, Nick, if you want to hold on your motion, same thing with this Tuesday, September 5th. That's the Tuesday following Labor Day. Just, everybody's okay with that? I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that one.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll support your motion.
Okay, so it was moved and supported that all the dates would be the same except for, or all the dates that are listed in this meeting schedule, with the exception of Monday, July 3rd, which would change to Monday, July 17th.
Good.
Moved, supported, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll move on to commissioners' comments. Mike, you want to start?
Happy New Year! I'm really looking forward to witnessing some growth in the village that will be acceptable to the residents. And I'm already hearing good things about historical preservation, reduction in density, so maybe that's going to set the motive for the rest of the year, and we can have a nice smooth sail this year together as we move forward together.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Commissioner Arsh?
That's a kumbaya. I'll go with it. And, a suggestion, you guys might want to jump onto social media because both of those items are cool and are going to be really well received by the community. And own that, right? Own it like a rock star, especially keeping the Queen Anne and making that a residence. That's really, really cool. And you might even have Nicole Curtis click like. I doubt that. Well, I'm just saying.
Just so you guys are aware, we're actually meeting with Jim Newell from the press tomorrow. So that's going to be published, within the next 2 weeks publicly, and then we'll do something online as well. So, but thank you for the recommendation.
Well, and that's how, I really think it's great. And I for all of the discussions on density and on history, for you guys to take that initiative, that's really cool. That shows leadership and quality. And that's what you guys are. So I'm really glad that you guys are working in the village and bringing your quality to our community. So great leadership. Thank you. And glad to be a part of the team here. So.
Welcome.
Oh, yes, welcome, Jerry, to the planning commission. I'm so sorry, please forgive me.
They don't always go this fast.
Right. Well, actually, I kind of like this, so you guys rock.
Larry?
I don't really have anything to add. I'm also looking forward to all the projects that are taking place this year, really looking forward to it. And, starting to see a lot of progress on that restaurant that's going to be on the lake, so that's going to be interesting. Kind of watching it as it happens from my window, so.
Nick?
Just to second, three gentlemen that spoke so far. Looking forward to 2023, working with you gentlemen. Welcome, Jerry.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
I'm pretty much in the same category. I think we've got a lot of really good stuff that is, we worked hard on last year, that is going to come to the forefront this year, and excited to see it for Lake Orion. Welcome, Jerry.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
I'd like to say it's been a very nice 21 years sitting on this planning commission with you and many other members through the years. I've enjoyed it. But this will be my last planning commission meeting tonight. And my resignation letter will be going to Jerry and to Darla. And I think that you already know. And my Monday nights have been tough for me, so I can't do the Monday nights anymore. And it's been fun. I will be sitting on Orion Township's board, though, starting next month, just to their planning commission, to occupy my Wednesday nights.
So I just got to ask, is it me?
And I think
But congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
So I'd like to say thanks to Jim, who's, I can't even begin to put into words what you meant to this community. And we really appreciate everything you've done here. It's absolutely bittersweet because I know it's what's best for you and making the best decisions. But as a community member and a fellow neighbor and friend, I'm gonna miss you on the commission, but I hope we still stay friends.
for sure.
Thank you for being part of this. I'd also like to say that Commissioner Van Poortvliet is no longer with us, and Ken has been part of this planning commission for a number of years, and I want to thank him too for everything that he did for the community. This is basically volunteer, and to take your Mondays and take your time to come here and help do what you think is right and help and serve your community. It's hard to move on without saying thanks. So just wanted to get that on the record. Thank you. With that, our next commission meeting is scheduled for Monday, February 6th. We have a move to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved, supported, all in favor? Aye. Aye. Well, adjourned.